What's up, everybody? I'm Tim.
And I'm Jake. What's going on?
Jake, I've been out for a couple weeks. I had, let's see, first it was the mother-in-law, and then last week it was my mom's birthday, and I totally forgot it was her birthday. And so
Right.
I've missed a couple weeks. It's good to be back.
Yeah, glad to have you back.
Yeah, you were telling me it's kind of hard to run the comment section when you're the only one on the show. So
yeah, for sure. Hopefully we'll be able to stay on top of it a little bit better. Kind of neglected them last week. I cut it towards the end, but just takes getting used to.
Yeah, I see a few of the regulars here in the chat. Marco, what's up? Greg was here earlier. Joseph S.
Yep.
Who else is
Got
here?
Knives Are Lives. I saw Kathleen was here a little bit earlier. Not sure if she's still here. But
Sure
yeah, welcome everyone. No guests this week, just Tim and I kind of catching up, getting back onto a routine here.
Just there's Jesse McJames. No, I haven't shaved my beard, man. But I am here. I was just telling everybody 2 weeks ago, my mother-in-law had a little emergency trip to the hospital, but she's fine. And then last week was my mom's birthday, and I completely forgot about it. Yeah, so Jake had to hold it down.
Yeah, but once we're sponsored by Manscaped, he's going to shave it.
Yeah. Once we get that, I'll shave an inch off of it.
There
What's
you go.
up, Sean? Sean from Watch City Knives is here. What's up, brother?
We got Tony from Blades in Wales, formerly Tony's Ponies, is here as well.
Oh, is that okay? Blade in Wales. That's Tony. What's
yeah.
Up, it's late over there, right? It's like 2
Very late over there. Yeah.
Like 6 hours ahead or something like that.
Yeah.
Baldy's Blades. We got some folks showing up.
Yep. Mikey. So what's new with you?
Bro, I'm going down a Swiss Army knife rabbit hole, and I was so anti Swiss Army knife. So first, I just had one of those floral knives that have just a single blade, right?
Yep, I have the lavender version.
Yeah, I've got two red ones, two of the regular ones. Then I got this one, the Swiss Army one, which is, in Europe, they call it the Solo A-Lox because it has just one blade. And I don't really like any more than two blades typically. Well, I was chasing this one forever, which is the Swiss Army 2, because I love that little hawk bill. And there's only a couple that have that hawk bill on it, as far as I know. This one, and I think the Swiss Army 7.
Right.
Well, I like to get as much as I can, I like to get them on Amazon because I get these gift cards from work every week. It's like a $50 gift card, which is like, that's a $50 knife every week. So sometimes the Swiss Army 2 is there, sometimes it's not, right? That's with a lot of them. Then I got the Fisherman, which is a 4-layer sack, but the reason I got it is because, fish. I like fishing and all that stuff, so I had to have it. Then I don't know what happened. Like, I started looking at all the regular red Celador ones, and I started making freaking lists of from the smallest, simplest one. And then, I don't know, just I went down this crazy freaking rabbit hole. And then I saw this one. And I think this is
there you go.
Yep. I think this is a Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive. And Victorinox has a deal with the NHL. And of course, you guys know that I'm a Florida Panthers fan, and they won the Stanley Cup this year. So I was like, oh yeah, I have to have a Florida Panthers Tinker. And then after that, it was all downhill. Yeah. And then I started oh, well, I got to have a Bantam. And then one step up from a Bantam is a Recruit, and then a Cadet, and then a Tinker, and then a Super Tinker, and a Deluxe Tinker, and this and that thing. And I just fell down the rabbit hole quick. So,
that's how it happens.
Jesus. Rich from True Budget EDC sent me these little things that you screw into the corkscrew that's like tinder, little fire starter tinder.
Yeah, I do like those if you're going out camping. The reason I don't keep them on all of mine though is that they flake off in your pocket, so you always just have these orange shavings in your pocket. But I do like those.
I did notice that they flake a little bit. Well, the Tinker doesn't have a corkscrew. The Fisherman does, but the Fisherman I won't carry because it's 4 layers. It's a little bit too chunky. So I had to get the Sportsman. Right?
Naturally.
Yeah, because it's only got 2 blades, right? It's got the 2 blades, but it's got a corkscrew, and I had to have the corkscrew so I could, damn, that one's in there, so I could put the little tinder things.
Right.
So now I have to get they have these little ferro rods. I'm sure you've seen them too, that replace the toothpick.
Yep. And they also have a screwdriver set of 4 different screwdrivers that are basically like eyeglass size, but the flathead works on watch lengths if you have screw down watch lengths, and it will fit with the tinder at the same time. So you can put both in one corkscrew.
Nice. Yeah, I saw those too. I might get that instead so I can keep the pick in there. Shit, I'll probably get them both.
Right.
So then I was looking, and they have one that's like a watch tool. It just has a single blade, and then it has a watch case blade on the other side, which kind of looks like a flattened spoon.
Right, for popping off the back of the case.
Popping off the. Well, I've got my little watch kit that has the little hammer in it and the little pin remover tool, but I don't have a watch case blade, so now I got to get that one. So yeah, I was anti Swiss Army knife, and now I'm freaking addicted. So that's my newest thing.
You're gonna have to send me the link to that watch one. I have a whole watch pouch going in the Lockbee watch case with different tools and things like that for watches, extra straps and stuff like that. Yeah. So you'll have to send me that one.
It's listed on Amazon under Euro Tool, one word, Euro Tool, like Euro Tool watch knife or something. Right. But it's a Swiss Army knife, and apparently they only send those out to like jewelers. Like you can't really find them at knife stores. I'll send you the link, but it's called Euro Tool, and they have some weird stuff. What's it say? I was recently watching some Mall Santa rant saying Swiss. That I don't know who would have said that. It certainly wasn't me. I would never troll the knife and EDC community at all.
Right. Yeah, I actually switched over. So I had a Cadet on my key ring forever. A couple different versions of the Cadet. Actually, I have some G10 versions, a couple different colors of the A-locks, and it was just my go-to. I felt like I didn't need another one, and I kind of forced myself to stop carrying it because I just wanted to try out new stuff for videos. So right now I have the Leatherman Micro instead, but I was a Cadet person forever.
Yeah, I like that A-locks Cadet, but I don't know if it has if the A-locks one has the key ring on it or not.
It does.
Does it? Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
It does. I didn't bring a single Victorinox to show. If I would have known we were talking about Victorinox, I could have grabbed a handful.
Oh, it's all right. That's just my newest rabbit hole that I'm going down. So I'm up to like 8 now. I don't have any of the crazy ones, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw Mikey. He cut it off early. He stopped collecting Victorinox around 90.
Jeez, cut it off early. And then I stopped in. So let me address that. So I did there was a couple weeks ago. You know how it is. I have plenty of knives and shit that I haven't reviewed that I can talk about and I need to talk about. But sometimes you're just like, you're sitting here and you're looking at 8 or 10 knives and you're like, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling any of this right now. So I was like, let me just see if I can insult the entire knife and EDC community in 5 minutes. So like I did everything from buck knives, Army knives, titanium, Ultim, everything I could think of, Spyderco, Benchmade, even the Chris Reeves Sabenza.
Right.
I just blasted all of it. And then most people knew that I was joking, like the people that know my channel. But the number of people that got triggered by that was just insane. So I was like, you know what? this is too easy. So I took that video, which was just like one zinger after another for 5 minutes, and I broke each one down into shorts. And I've been posting those shorts all week.
Yeah, I saw that.
And most people get it, but I still have some that come on there and it's like, you just say that because you can't afford a case knife. And I was like, okay, bro, if you say so. I don't have any case knives.
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah.
that's what
That's
that
fun.
is.
Yeah, I saw that over it. Were those new recordings, or did you just clip it from your original video?
I clipped it. So
Nice.
Dick Ritchie from AOK called me and he said, you know, what you need to do is he said, just clip your videos and you can get hundreds of shorts that way. And there's a little app on your phone. Because what I do is I record it on my phone. Then after I upload it, I delete it. Right. Because it just takes up too much space on my phone. Well, there's an app for iPhone where it records what's on your screen.
Right.
So, yeah. So he was like, just do that. And then you can just pull clips out of your videos and post it as a short. And I was like, I never knew.
Yeah. So, and then you can link it back to.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of sucks that YouTube no longer lets you link in shorts. So even people who are like, hey, what is this? Where can I buy it? You can't even put a link in the comments. It lets you put it and then you go back and the comment's gone. It's not there. And so the only way to link back to it is to link it in the description of the original video. So they kind of nerf shorts a little bit there for us, but that is what it is.
They did. So I'm working on round 2 of that video. I was trying to think of what did I not roast in that first video.
Yeah, I saw you were doing some on Instagram too. You had like the color matching your gear.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, I made a video on that a long time ago. Someone was kind of trolling in the comments about how I color matched all my gear, and like he probably went out and specifically bought it because it matched, doesn't even know what they're used for. And so I made a response video called like, is more matchy more better?
Yeah.
And I was showing it like basically at some point you end up with so much gear that you can match any color. So choose a color, and I chose blue in the video, and I just covered my entire table with blue gear. And you know, I can do it with any color. It's not about finding gear in a certain color. I just like colors, so it's not like I always buy a black one. I'll buy whatever color is available. And now I can just build out any color kit.
Yeah, I'm pretty I can come pretty close on knives. Probably not on pouches and other stuff like you. Or like Timmy O'Father. So yeah, on my new list, I've got preppers. So I'm going to blast the preppers, Kershaw knives, Gerber knives, butterfly knives, OTF autos, Opinel, batoning, batoning with a knife, speed holes. So yeah, I'm working on round 2.
Got a few of those on my table, a lot more of those in my drawer.
Yeah. So nothing is off limits.
I made a video on the Microtech here. I forget the model of this already.
That's that new one, right?
The Exoset. Yeah, the Exoset Outbreak Edition. And not view-wise, but this is by far the worst video I could have made. I've lost so many subscribers off this video, a bunch of likes, like the like to dislike ratio on this knife. I don't know what it is, because usually Microtech videos do pretty well. It's an automatic out the front. People like American made, but apparently that zombie theme is offensive enough that lost a bunch of subscribers off it, and people are secretly disliking it, but no comments that were negative, which is weird. But I don't know what that is.
Do you think it was YouTube didn't like it?
I don't think so, because it did well enough view-wise, not like exceptional or anything, but it got like an average number of views. And yeah, it has like the dislikes and manually unsubscribe. Like YouTube doesn't unsubscribe people. So yeah, clearly it rubbed people the wrong way for some reason. But I thought that was kind of funny.
And that's the thing. That's why I made that video, because people get so freaking triggered over, you know what I mean? Like, if I don't like something you like, people get upset about it. I'm like, who gives a shit, bro? Like what you like, don't like what you don't like. Who cares what anybody else says? That's how
Right.
I
Even with your trolling videos, like if
feel.
you don't agree, there's well, first of all, it's meant to trigger people,
Right.
but if you don't agree, just move on. Don't watch it. You know.
So I have a funny story. So Jonathan Baldwin over at CB Tactical. Most of you guys know who he is. He hasn't made a video in a while because he's having to take care of his mother, but
Right.
he's still out there. And he called me today and he was like, "Hey bro, are you okay?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I'm okay. What are you talking about?" And he's like, "You just seem so angry lately." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "All those shorts you're putting out, and then you did a video the other day about um what was it, clickbait titles." And he's like,
Right.
I'm just wondering what got you upset." And I was like, "Bro, I was totally joking. Every single thing that I roasted on that video, I have, and I am
Right.
guilty of. You know what I mean? It's like I have case knives, I have buck knives, I have pouches, I have titanium, I have all that shit." I said, "I was just bored and had nothing to do." And he's like, "Oh, I was just wondering if you were okay. And I was wondering if you had a bad experience with buck knives or something." I was like, "No, no, not at all."
That's really funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, speaking of 4,000 subscribers, Mike said that next one, I did get a ton of subscribers from that
Oh,
video.
nice.
I did. I got a bunch. Um, but we are actually almost to 4,000. And when I do get to 4,000, I'm giving away that TRM red line.
Oh,
Shit. There goes my laptop.
only with one nick on it.
Yeah. No, I think I just killed my laptop though.
Oh,
Yeah. So this is brand new. Dick Ritchie sent this to me.
yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm going to give that one away. So that's coming soon. I think I'm only like 60, 70 subscribers, something like that.
Congrats.
Yeah. Getting there.
Yeah, I hit two big milestones last week. Hit
You're at
the
like
2 million views and then 7,500 subscribers.
I saw the 7,500. That's awesome, man. Congrats.
Yeah, I don't think I posted up the 2 million views, but just passed it, I think, on Sunday.
My subscriber count was like over the summer was just going. I wasn't losing subscribers. I just wasn't gaining them.
Right.
And then somebody said, I think it was Beaver Baron. He said that's pretty common in the summer.
Yeah, August was by far my worst month of the year, but it seemed like at midnight on September, it just like flipped a switch and went up.
Yeah. And I didn't really think about that because I only started doing knife content last August. So it's like exactly 1 year. So I didn't know that in the summer you don't get subscribers. And he was like, "Oh, yeah, it happens to everybody."
Yep.
So, but then it just picked right back up. Bloom.
Oh, we just pinned the same comment?
We both pinned it. Congrats, brother.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
awesome.
going to show something blue since we got Bluminati Ninja here.
Yeah,
got the new Shot and Morgan Barlow in. Is that focusing?
Yep.
In the blue jig to bone.
Now, did you get that from TPK?
I did get it through TPK, and he was doing a GC drop, the Finch drop all at the same time, which I think helped me get it because these go super fast. And even after I checked out, they're already sold out. But my first Cooper cutlery knife, I've been going after their Dollar Knife Company one with the like plastic or resin shields. Haven't been able to get one of those, but got this one, and it's beautiful. It's definitely on par with like the GECs, and in fact probably the heaviest pull of any of my slip joints in my entire collection. A good 9 out of 10. Like it's not quite breaking the nail, but it's splitting them at the ends when you open them. So really heavy pull. Yeah,
let's see it. Let's see the walk and talk on that thing.
It's insane here.
Yeah,
let's go near my mic.
Yeah, let's see the pull. Give it a pull. Let's see what it looks like. That's pretty stout.
Yeah, it's solid. It's breaking in a little bit at this point where it's a little bit easier. When I first got out of the box, I was like, geez. But love it. I like a heavy pull though, so. And yeah, these dropped last Friday, I think. Yeah, so pretty recently. But Austin always ships super fast.
I did say blue knives suck on a short, but then I said everything sucks on a short. So
here's another blue one. Got the Crystal Lake Cure Knight.
Hang on, I'll pop you up there. Oh yeah. That's the new Benny's clip?
No, this is the Midnight.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is a little bro jack.
Okay.
I don't have a Midnight on the table.
Let's see that. Hold that. You got that Benny's clip there, the new Benny's?
I do, yeah. So I went with the purple Kieranite. So spoiler for a couple days from now here. Got the purple Kieranite.
Like how that purple is like, it goes lengthwise down.
Yeah. Yeah, and let me show, actually, let me get the other purple Kieranite in the sway back or laid back. And you can see this one's kind of swirly.
Yeah, see, that's how mine is. I have the exact same, hang on, let me show you mine. I'll pop you back up there.
Yeah.
So mine is like swirly and it goes perpendicular to the handle, but then on your Benny's clip, it's like lengthwise parallel to the handle. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so very different pattern. We also don't have the coated blade this time around, which I kind of like.
Now he's doing a on the Benny's clip, he's got that laid back jack is bad as fuck. It's pretty sweet. It's probably my favorite so far. I got some Finches coming for you there, Blade and Wales. Tony. Shit, what was I gonna say?
Doing, were you gonna say Steel Series?
Yeah, so the Steel Series has steel bolsters instead of titanium, and it's also 14C blade steel, isn't it?
Yeah, 14C 28N, but same everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 14C 28N. The tube is also a paper tube, which I kind of like. It's similar to the GEC tubes.
Yeah.
And so I have different shells for my GEC and Jack Wolf tubes. I got to figure out if I get the Steel Series, which one I put it on. Do I put it with the paper tubes or keep it with the Jack Wolf?
Yeah, yeah. So Finch knives. Do you have any Finches?
Yeah, I have a couple. Not here on the table with me, but my favorite is probably the Buffalo Tooth. I have that one in jig titanium.
That's that big fat blade, isn't it?
Yeah, like a sunfish type, or yeah.
So they just released they re-released the 1929, and they did it in stag and abalone. I did not pick that one up, but I do love Finch knives. So my first one was the Finch McCoy, and I got it in the Cocobola wood because it's a gun stock pattern, and I thought that the wood just made it look more like a gun stock. So
yeah, for sure.
That was my first one. Then I got the Finch Flint, which I love. It's got that red Kieranite, and I love that buoy clip there. Then I got the Finch Hellfire, and you can tell I love them because they're sitting right here on the desk. You know, I just reached over and there they are. Then I got the Finch Pipeline with the blue Kieranite. And then I won this one from Big Red EDC, JB's channel. It's hard to tell, but this is Mother. There it is. Mother of Pearl. The Finch Pipeline and Mother of Pearl. So those, do I have another one? I thought I had another one. I guess I only have 5. But yeah, I really like Finch knives, and I like the Kieranite on Finch knives. I don't always like Kieranite. I don't like how Case does their Kieranite. A lot of times it just looks, I don't know, it looks cheap.
I know what you mean. And the one that I do like from them that still kind of looks a little bit cheap, I think, is that Patriotic red, white, and blue. But I just love the way it looks. Just I think the colors automatically just draw you to it. But it's not as deep looking or like rich looking. I feel like
it's not as deep. I don't know if they're using a different supplier or if it's the way they polish it or what it is, but it almost looks to me on the Case knives like that old school clear acrylic that would have like a paper insert underneath it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it looks like to me. I know it's not, but I don't like Kieranite on everything, but I love it on those Finch knives. And I like how Finch, they're modern knives, but it's like a traditional pattern on a modern knife. They kind of blend
Right.
modern and traditional, you know, because you almost always get a bolster
And
that
you have a
gives it,
shield.
yeah, and you've got a shield, and that gives it that sort of that traditional vibe.
For sure. Yeah, I really like what Finch is doing. I hope they'll eventually release that Wheat City Cutlery, which is their modern traditionals where they're
Yeah,
not locking knives.
yeah.
But I haven't heard anything about that since I think last Christmas or something like that.
I talked to their social media guy on Instagram a couple weeks ago, or I think it was a couple weeks ago now, and I was just like, "Hey, are we going to get you guys on the show or what?" And he's like, "Oh, this is Tyler, their social media guy. I will talk to Steven. I think that's his name." And I haven't heard back. So I need to reach out again. And I asked him about the Wheat City line of slip joints, and he didn't know. So I don't know if it's hung up in production or what happened, but they announced that last summer.
Yeah.
And I think at that time they had said they were supposed to be out this summer. So
Right. Yeah, that was my understanding as well, but it's been a minute. Hopefully we'll see them soon though. But speaking of American made, I brought a bunch of American made Barlows besides our Shot & Morgan. So we have our Shot & Morgan with the blue jig bone. This is the one I already showed. Really impressive stamp on here. I know that's a weird thing, but I'm going to show the GEC one with the Tom's Choice, and this stamp is just so clear and deep.
Yeah, yeah. What's the relationship between GEC and Cooper Cutlery?
I don't think there is one.
It's two completely separate things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's, geez, why is this not focusing? Let me open it. Here's a GEC one. I don't know how well that'll come across on video. Yeah. But the stamp is just like deeper and clearer, I think, on that Cooper Cutlery, or Shot & Morgan, I guess is the brand, because they own a bunch of different brands.
It looks crisper, like the edges of the lettering look sharper.
Yeah.
On the Shot & Morgan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Also a much heavier pull. This one's like a 4, 4.5. This one's like a 9.
Oh, wow.
So, then I grabbed the case. I tried to stick with mostly single blade because I prefer single blade. So this is a 65 with the stag bone.
I think Andrew Baxter has that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sharp.
That's beautiful. No stamp on this one. I actually prefer it without the stamp, but since they both had it, might as well compare them. Here's a Baron Sun. I don't have a standard size Baron Sun, the single blade. So this is their gator skin. And it has both the clip point and the pen blade. I think it says gator skin on the clip point as well.
Is it bone? Is it a bone handle?
It is bone.
Yeah. With just like gator skin
texturing. Yeah, exactly. And sweet. So that one's pretty sweet. The action on it kind of sucks. Very gritty and just kind of a mushy stop, but otherwise looks great. I did grab a single blade Baron Sun, better example. This was with the stag bone, but it's a big Barlow or giant Barlow, whatever you want to call it. But this has a single blade and a much better action.
Yeah, that's nice. I've got one of those as well. And I really want to get some more of those because those are, I don't have it right here on my desk. I did. Those Baron Sun large Barlows are freaking legit.
Yeah, really good.
They are very good, and they're under $50, aren't they? Or right at $50?
Around there. I think they're like 59 or something.
And worth every penny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say of my stag and stag bone so far, it's probably my least favorite. I don't have a lot of them though. So we already saw the case. I think this one is probably the best example. Their jigging is just really good. The pattern on it, and then that burning almost with the dye and the yellow.
They do a good job on their burning.
Yeah, exactly. And so this one I think doesn't look quite as good. Still looks good, but not quite at the same level. And then we have like the RoseCraft, which is actually stag instead of stag bone. So a little bit of a different look. I think this one's somewhere in the middle of the two though. Yeah.
Now my RoseCraft gun stock, I can't remember the name, Savage Creek gun stock. Mine's all craggy and knotty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Different than yours. I remember comparing the two on a show a while back, but
I think we actually, did you get yours at Blade Show? Because I think you actually saw mine at Blade Show.
Yeah, I think I picked it up from him at Blade Show. Like he was going to mail it to me, and I was like, I'm going to be there next week. Just hold on to it.
Right.
Yeah. So, let's see. Speaking of RoseCraft, so I don't think I've shown these on the live yet, but they dropped.
Oh, yeah.
This is Randy's WSG's favorite knife. This is the one that damn near took his finger off. But they dropped 2 of those, one with the rosewood and then one with the blue denim micarta. And this is one of those weird polarizing knives that people either love it or hate it, kind of like the what was the one that he did that was the
Ocoee River?
The Ocoee River kayak. Like, people either loved it or hated it. I think it's kind of the same with this one, but I love it. And some people don't like it because it has a really freaking stout pull on it. And it's because the blade is so short. You know what I mean? It makes the pull feel harder than it is. So if you try to pull it from the pull, it's like a nail breaker. You almost have to pinch it.
Yeah. I actually prefer pinching anyway if it's pinchable. So
yeah, me too.
It doesn't really bother me. I like the heavier pulls, especially when it's pinchable. And so I kind of like that. I also really like the wood on that. For whatever reason, I don't have a lot of wood knives. Usually there's an option that appeals more to me, but on that one in particular, I think the wood looks really good.
And then this one, this is the Cane Creek Jack. Oops.
Sorry.
And this is red sandalwood, and I love the grain on this one. Have you ever seen like I think it's called a lotus flower?
Oh yeah.
Loading in the water or something. That's what that reminds me of.
It does. It also kind of looks like a drop of like cream dropping into coffee.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. I didn't think about that.
That's what I saw when I first saw it. I have that one in the Taco Bell G10.
That's good. It is the Taco Bell G10. I gotta tell Andy that. That's right.
Yeah, I think Baxter was the first person that made Andrew over at Baxter's Blades may have been the first person to mention that in the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taco Bell G10. That's funny as shit. Yeah. Stacy, the Zambezi's good. It's real good. I like it. I like it a lot. So those are my 3 RoseCraft ones. How about this one? Did you get this one, Jake? This is going to shake up the industry.
I didn't get that one, but man, is it shinier than I expected.
This is going to change the world. This is going to make Benchmade take notice. This is a game changer. What else? What other hyperbole bullshit can I say about this knife? Yeah, so
looks like you got the action a lot better than when you first got it, though.
Oh my god, it didn't work at all. I had to take it apart twice. I had to sand it twice, and then I had to put Teflon powder on it just to get it to work. Now, I did get it working. It is worth $10, and I'm going to get my $10 out of it. But anybody that thinks this is going to change anything in the knife industry has just gone off the deep end and completely lost their mind. Like, I have never seen so much bullshit about a $10 knife in my life. And there's a bunch of examples of people that got just as much of a donkey as I got. You know,
I think the reason it's a big deal is to the non-knife community. And so, like, the knife channels that are covering it, obviously it's not super impressive, but like if it's just a regular person going to Walmart, they're getting a decent knife for $10 and they're not willing to spend, like, how many times do you hand a knife to a non-knife person? They're like, oh, this is a cool knife. How much is it? And you're like, $150. And they say, I'd never spend $150 on a knife. And so I think it's cool for them, but like, I didn't pick one up. I don't know that I'd be, super excited about it. So I didn't bother picking it up. I think you can get them online now though, right?
For $35 to $50. Now,
really?
Here's the thing. They have another, so they're going to keep this in the rotation. I think another thing that people thought is that this was going to be a one-off, which Walmart does all the time. They have seasonal shit, they'll release something, it'll go away. All the hype about this one, I think everybody thought we're never going to be able to get these again. And so people bought them up, listed them on eBay. Now I feel bad for those people that paid $50 for this $10 knife, and they're supposed to hit the stores again this week.
Yeah. Same thing happened with did you get one of those Lowe's Colt toolboxes that were
No.
$10? They were
Yeah.
little Colt toolboxes. They had them in blue, black, and pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing happened with those. People bought them, and then it was expensive to ship them too. So it was like $35 on eBay plus another $25 for shipping, and then they restocked them.
Yeah. And I think you're right. And I think people thought, oh, it's D2. You can't get D2 for $10. But I'm not even convinced that it's D2. You know
Right.
what I mean?
It would be interesting to send it off for testing.
Yeah, send it to Billy at Apex Alchemy. He's doing all those hardness tests. He's got one of those hardness meter things.
Yeah.
I'm surprised somebody hasn't sent him one yet. But, you know, I don't know. It's probably like 57, 56 HRC. I don't know. I haven't used it. I don't know if I ever will. I might give it away, but I picked it up as an afterthought. I went to get some coffee, and while I was at the store, I was like, you know what? Let me just see if they have that knife that everybody's losing their shit over. And they had one. And so I bought it and opened it, and it didn't work straight out of the package, and it took me an hour just to get it to deploy. So
Ron mentioned they're carrying CIVIVI knives now. I think Jeremy over at Surviving the Daily may have shown all of the CIVIVI models that they have for sale. But I think that's pretty cool too, because like I said with the Ozark Trail, so many people that aren't into knives get their knives from Walmart. So it's cool to see them have other brands.
Right. Let's see. I think they only have some limited CIVIVIs.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 models, I think. Oh, I think we might have lost you. But yeah, I think they have about 4 or 5 models. Maybe they'll expand to more. While Tim's frozen, I'm going to show off. I met Dwayne Dwyer from Dwayne Dwyer Custom Knives over the weekend. He was one of the 2 founders at Strider Knives, but they eventually split off doing their own thing. And he gave me this out of his car, which I thought was really cool. So basically just a strap cutter with a oxygen wrench on it, 2 oxygen wrenches actually. And he made these for this military squad that had asked for them, needed them. So he made about 60 of them, made a handful for himself as well. Never sold them, but he had a couple extras that he held on to for himself, gave me one from his personal collection. And you can see that handle is the same handle as the Strider handles. And so I thought that was really cool. Don't know that, really any other information about it outside of that. And it looks like Tim just dropped off, so he's completely gone here. But thought this was pretty cool. Extremely sharp. You really want to put your finger in there, but extremely sharp. Has this little nylon case that it clips to itself. And so just kind of stores in there. You can drop it in the door of your car and have it ready to go. Tim's getting back online, so we should have him in just a second here. But there you are.
I'm on like the Thrifty Kniffy internet plan over here.
That's what Dave just said.
Jeez. Like every week, no matter what I do. Yes, we share a hamster.
Yep, running the same wheel.
Ridiculous.
Dave has also just got back on YouTube, so if you're not following Dave already, Singing Toad, make sure to check him out. He took a little bit of a hiatus, but he's back to uploading regularly.
Nice. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So before I froze, I was saying I think they're only carrying limited CIVIVIs as far as I know. I know they've got the Cubit, the Mini Praxis, and a couple other ones. It's not like a bunch of stuff, but yeah, I think that's good that they have them there.
Yeah, that's my understanding as well.
And a lot of non-knife people, you know, that you say that get their knives from Walmart, I wonder if they've even ever heard of CIVIVI.
Exactly.
A lot of them probably never even heard of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's good that other brands are getting in there. Obviously, it would be good if we can get like Case and stuff there as well, but they carry Buck, CRKT, CIVIVI, Kershaw, and so a lot of Chinese brands outside of Buck. And even the Bucks that they do carry, it seems like they're like Chinese slip joints, but they do have their American fixed blades.
Yeah. Speaking of CIVIVI, I got this from the Pass Around group today that I'll be doing a video on. This is called the Nugs, the CIVIVI Nugs, and I love the blade profile on that, but I don't love the handle because I don't like handles that get slimmer toward the butt. You know what I
Right.
mean? When they start wide and get slimmer, because they don't work in my hands, because my hands are a little biggish and it just feels like I have nothing to hold on to. So,
Yep.
but otherwise, it's a pretty sweet knife. But I've never heard of WEHR weird knives.
Yeah, I
Whoever
think
designed
they
it.
do custom designs. Are a little bit pricier, so the CIVIVI version is like a budget version of one of their designs.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Very
I don't know if
cool.
it's a one-man shop or if there's multiple behind them, but I'm somewhat familiar with them.
Speaking of one-man shop, Jacob over there at Very Good Knife Company released the Huntsman. Did you see that one? That
Yeah.
big giant chopper, and
Yeah.
sold out in like a day or something, which is awesome.
Right.
That was I think that might have been the most expensive knife he's done with Very Good Knife Company. Now, before, when he had his other company, they sold some expensive shit, but I think the Huntsman might have been his most expensive one yet.
Yeah, I saw both Jacob and Gabriel were in the chat a little bit earlier, so congrats to both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they said accurate in the chat. So
yeah, pretty sure. And then we've got the Blackwater Knife Company. The next one is coming soon, called the Bonefish. It is a swayback Warncliffe with a finger choil. And I did not borrow any inspiration at all from the Clinch River swayback. Actually, I did borrow some some inspiration from the Clinch River swayback. It's different, it's bigger, but it's a swayback Warncliffe with a finger choil as a fixed blade. Now, it's not the first time that's been done. There's a bunch of them out there. I think one that people might know would be that Artisan Sea Snake.
Oh yeah,
Michael the Imler designed.
Yeah,
with Artisan cutlery. So it's like
I have that one. It's a good one.
It's bigger. I think the Bonefish is a little bit bigger than that. And on that one, on his, the finger choil is in the handle, right?
Right.
On mine, the finger choil is in the blade, kind of in the blade or in the handle, sort of half and half. So yeah, that's coming soon.
And I would imagine on yours, the handle is going to be a little bit stouter. That the Sea Snake is a pretty slim model overall.
Yeah, it's so this one's going to be a little bit.
Thank you, TK.
Yeah, that's awesome. 2 million views.
I appreciate it.
I'm getting close to 1 million.
Nice.
Pretty close.
Yeah, it's it. No matter what number anyone says, like Randy was telling me, is at 365,000. They're just such mind-boggling numbers. 365,000 is massive, and you know, it's unbelievable that so many people out here are tuning in to our videos, and just can't say how much I appreciate that.
Oh, Ron was asking, does anybody have the $10 knife? Yeah, we just talked about it. We just talked about it for like 10 minutes. I'm not impressed. I mean, from a non-knife guy standpoint, I can understand the hype. Me and Jake can both understand the hype. From a knife guy perspective, it's just another bug out clone. There's millions of them, you know, and none of them have ever changed the industry. And I don't think this is going to change the industry. But if you're somebody that needs a good budget knife, yeah, it's a good one. But I wouldn't chase it down. I wouldn't spend more than $10 on it. And Walmart is getting these back in stock, and the plan is to continue to keep them in stock. So Ron, they're supposed to hit the stores again this week. So if you don't have one and you're looking for it, go to your Walmart this week. They should be back.
Yeah. And it seems like your hamster never picked up steam ever since then. Any knives you show seem to blur out for some reason.
Hang on. It's because I switched over to the other network. Let me switch back to the good one and work. So hold it down for me for a second.
Sounds good. While you're doing that, I'll show off the Kershaw filter. Recently won Jesse McJames's giveaway over on his semi-weekly live, and this was the main prize for it. It's a stainless steel handle, I believe, assisted which I don't have a lot of assisted. Every single one that I do have seems to be from Kershaw because I like to do assisted, but really kind of nice larger knife.
It kind of gives me like ZT vibes.
Yeah, so Kershaw is owned by Kai, and Kai owns both Kershaw and ZT.
Oh, no shit. I had no idea.
That makes sense. Then
That
we
makes
have
sense.
also won this RiseMart flashlight. Don't know the exact model on it, but AAA style flashlight. But nice little giveaway from Jesse. It seems almost rigged because I mod for them and I've won 3 giveaways in a row, but 2 of them I was playing for someone else. So luckily those 2 did not go to me. But yeah, for whatever reason, me and Randy are on that same wavelength and have just won the last few giveaways. I think we lost Timmy once again. With a nice smile, at least. What else do I have to show then? Another knife I'm working on a video on right now, the Ventiso Harp. And so these are ultra budget friendly, I think like 40, 45 bucks. And button lock, really good action. Haven't heard of them. They reached out to me about checking out some of their knives. They have some really good colors, nice, I think 5 or 6 different models. And the button lock on this, the action is really, really good. So yeah.
What's the price point on that?
Under $50, I think maybe around 45 bucks or so.
I've been seeing that a lot lately, those Fenties. So hold that up real quick.
1 second. Let me get a link to it real quick. I'll put it in the chat. All right, here we go. But yeah, very similar to the one you're about to show here.
Yeah, so this is the Sencut Arc Blast from the Pass Around group, which I really like. I do think Sencut makes decent knives, but these are so similar. I wonder if they're possibly made in the same factory, which could be
possible, but I think usually when they do that, it's almost an exact copy. But we have like different lanyard holes, different blade shapes. A lot of times when you see them in the same factory, it's like a literal clone just with a different brand on it.
Yeah.
But these ones have different pocket clips, different lanyard holes, just kind of an overall similar design though.
Yeah. I have been seeing a lot of people reviewing Fentisa, so they're sending some stuff out, trying to make some noise for sure. You know what I mean? And get their name out there.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely seem like they have some interesting designs, and this is the first one I've looked at, but it seems pretty well made. Feels good. It's really heavy because it has pretty thick liners, and I feel like that's kind of common around this budget of knife. But a little bit on the heavy side, but everything else about it is pretty good so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to check them out. I don't have any of those. So here's another. Well, let's see. Let me open this. So Mike Reese sent me some stuff to review and just check out. So it's weird. Like sometimes I have nothing to review, and then sometimes I have just a backlog of stuff. And I currently have a backlog. So this is one that I have been eyeballing forever, and it has been in my cart forever. This is the KIZER Urban Buoy. And I don't know if I'm coming up clear or if my hamster's working or if it's not.
Yeah, it seems to be pixelating specifically around the knife for some reason.
Really? Well, this KIZER Urban Buoy, it's only a 3-finger knife, but it is freaking badass. So this is definitely one that I am going to have to buy. I don't know why I love it so much. It's small, but it's just so cool. I love that fat belly buoy clip.
Yeah, I really dig that design too. The handle is really interesting on that one as well. Cold Steel has a mini buoy that's like under $10, a little fixed blade, and I love that one too. I don't know what it is about short buoys.
This is a Dirk Pinkerton design.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I just got one of his. Who was that from? Going Gear, I think this month had a Dirk Pinkerton design. Yeah, actually it was the dash, the concept dash.
Yeah. Let me try one more time to switch hamsters here.
That sounds good.
And if this doesn't work, I'm just going to have to stay.
No worries. While you're doing that, I'm going to show off this fixed blade. I don't know if people have seen this. the Okaso desk knife. And I showed it in a video, but I don't think I've shown it on a live, but it comes with this wooden stand. It's a nice classy looking wooden stand. And
Yeah,
then
that's
these
pretty
knives
sweet.
actually separate, so both of them have a chisel grind, and so they can operate as scissors. And then you can separate them to have two individual knives, both with their own chisel grind, which is kind of cool.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, so this one wasn't on my desk to show in the live. It just always lives on my desk. Kind of a fun little knife for opening packages and whatnot, opening letters.
How do the scissors function well?
Yeah, pretty well. Let me see if I have something that doesn't have writing that I can't show. Hold on.
Yeah, apparently this fiber optic cable that runs through my front yard is just a hoax. Apparently we are still on AOL dial-up around here. I literally have a fiber optic that runs through my front yard, and my internet is shitty.
So yeah, nice clean cut out of them. I mean, it works well enough. I mean, they're like weird to operate, but they cut very easily. So.
I mean, it's not as good as Swiss Army knife scissors, but nothing's that good.
Right. No, I do like my Swiss Army knife scissors a lot, and I'm someone who really likes having scissors despite carrying a knife. I really like having scissors on me, so I have a pair of Victorinox Tomo in my car just in case I forget to have something with scissors on me. And the Tomo was a really cool Victorinox. They don't make it anymore. It was this old Japanese style, like square, about this big, basically the same thing as the classic, just a wider kind of overall footprint.
Just a bigger frame, like the classic.
Exactly.
Bigger. What's it called?
Yeah, it's bigger, but it's flatter. Yeah, Tomo.
I gotta check that out. So Slippy was showing one called the Safari. Was it called the Safari? I think it's called the Safari. And it's just a single blade like the Swiss Army one, but it's got a bigger handle and a bigger blade. It's like 7.5 inches overall, and it's just a single blade one, and that's pretty badass. I'm gonna have to get them, but it's also Safari 100 millimeters. Yeah, so it's like overall length that it looked like on the live, like it was about 7.5 inches. But I gotta have that one. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's just a single blade, but it's pretty badass. And I could only find it on eBay from like 125 to 150 bucks.
Right. You might have a suggestion on here. Angry Tom's hat next door says looking for a fork and a spoon, and I have one kind of in mind. I don't remember what it's called though, but a lot of hobo knives are really going to be the only thing with both a fork and a spoon. But do you know of any offhand?
I've seen one recently.
I have a MKM that has a fork but no spoon, but I think AG Russell might make a set. I'm just trying to find out what it's called that has both a fork, spoon, and a knife as well.
Yeah, you just got to search hobo knife is called. Let me see if I can find something. Okay, so
this one does not have a spoon, but it's really nice actually. And I'll just share my screen real quick actually.
Oh, K-Bar's got one for 30 bucks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. There's a bunch on eBay for like under 30 bucks. There's a vintage Colonial. It's got a can opener, a knife, fork, and spoon. Oh, AG Russell's got one.
Yeah, no spoon on this one, but I know they have one with a spoon as well. But I just like the look of this one overall. A really nice looking oak handle on here.
Yeah, that does look good. So yeah, you can probably find them pretty decent price on them on. I just typed in hobo knife and a bunch popped up from Etsy and eBay.
Yeah,
so you can probably find one under 50 bucks, you know, if you really want to. I don't know if Cattleman's Cutlery, I haven't seen it. That doesn't mean they don't have it. It seems like something that ABKT, American Buffalo Knife and Tool, would have something like that.
Yeah, it looks like Andrew mentioned that theirs is just a fork and knife as well.
Okay, all right. I feel like I've seen one recently. I don't know if it was a Rough Rider or something. Yeah, that K-Bar one looks pretty good for like 30 bucks. It looks it looks pretty legit.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, I'm sure it's not a USA made K-bar, but I mean, it's a hobo knife.
Yeah. We're running up on time. Did you bring anything else to show?
Oh, I've got a bunch of shit, but here's a Vero. I think this is the Axon. I think that's what this one is.
Sounds right.
Yeah, I love the profile on that one. Am I still pixelated or am I any clearer? I switched hamsters.
Much clearer.
Yeah. So I've got that. He sent me a couple Veros, the Wii Roxy, the Winter Blade Factor. Let's see.
Yeah, I like the Veros. If you either like them or you don't, because they all have a very similar design language. So if you like that design language, pretty much every model is going to look something like that.
Yeah, I do like it a lot. And they're bigger and beefier than I thought they would be. I don't know if like all their knives are big or if this is... There goes my arm. I did not cut myself.
Jacob was just making fun of you for that earlier.
I did it again, man. It hit with the spine on the back of my arm just now. It would have cut me wide open.
Oof.
Yeah, they're bigger than I thought. I don't know if that's typical of Vero knives or if it's just the ones he sent me.
It can run the gambit. I have a pretty small one. The Neuron is tiny.
Yeah, I do like them.
And no, I don't think so, Mike. Almost positive they are not made in the USA. I don't know where they're made. It might be China. It might be Taiwan. But almost positive that they're not made in America.
Oh, yeah, the A.G. Russell ones?
Yeah. I think he has done some in America, but most of them are not. He's also done some in Italy, in Maniago. But again, most of them, I believe, are made overseas somewhere.
I am convinced that...
Oh, yeah, factory in China.
Yeah, I am convinced that the same person that makes the same factory or whatever, same OEM that does Brother/Watchman knives is also doing A.G. Russell knives.
Maybe.
There's a lot of similarities. I mean, it looks like they're straight out of the same factory, same settings and everything. There's a lot of commonalities.
Yeah, and I like the looks of a lot of the designs for the A.G. Russell. I think one thing, though, is he is team no half stop. And I really like having half stop.
I do too.
But he's team no half stop.
I didn't realize he was a no half stop guy.
I think he's pretty vocal about it, actually.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then I got another one of these.
Oh, nice. This Belgeron, right?
Yeah, I did that gin knife kit, and then I did a giveaway, and I gave that first one away, and they sent me another one. And this one I don't think I'm giving away because this one has the bone covers.
Yeah.
The sheep's foot blade. So I think I'm gonna put like a
Skirmishaw.
No, I'm gonna Starburst dye it.
Oh, nice.
I've done before where it goes from yellow to orange to red to darker red, like a Starburst.
Right.
And I'm gonna dye it first and then put it together. But I think I'm gonna keep this one.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's cool that it has the white bone, just kind of a blank canvas for you.
Yeah. So that's really all I got. I'm going down and then I got this.
Did that say Ozark Trail as well?
Yeah. So I saw this when I was there. I don't know what I think it's 9CR actually. And it was like $24 or something, and they had it marked down to 11. So
wow.
I was like, yeah, doesn't have the best edge on it, but I'll put an edge on it. And 9CR is not that bad. It's it was used for a long time, so I'll beat the hell out of that one and see if it's any good. See if it's going to change the world like this one's going to change the world.
Right. I'm going to put a very good knife company out of business there if you don't calm down.
I don't think he's sweating it. He ain't got nothing to worry about from Ozark Trail. That's right. That's who I sent it to. That last sunburst I did, I sent it to Andrew Baxter.
Nice.
Yeah, that was on I think it was on a Brother Watchman, one of those slip joints, I think. And I did a dye job on it and sent it to him.
Yeah. Did you use the RIT dye?
Yeah. So what I do is I start out with yellow, and then a little orange, and then darker orange, and then like red or what they call wine color. It looks pretty good.
Yeah. Jacob said check out their new 11-inch fixed blade.
I will check it out.
How did we lose you again?
They are 12.
Oh no, you're there.
I'm here. Am I?
Yeah, you're here. When you said I will check it out, it kind of roboted out.
I saw that. I thought my hamster quit again. All right, boys. I think that's a wrap.
Yeah, we've just past an hour. It goes quick every single time.
It did go by quick. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Congrats, Jake, on 7,500 subscribers and 2 million views. And
appreciate it.
Congrats, Bluminati.
Bluminati.
Yeah.
Past 700.
And welcome back, Dave, Singing Toad. It's good to have you back, brother.
Yeah, very good to have you back. Thank you to Bluminati and Cheeto Bandito. We're both holding it down as mods this week. Randy, too. I don't think he was here, but thank you, obviously, to you as well. And thank you to everyone who tuned in. And to you too, Tim.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, sorry I had to miss a couple of weeks, but I'm back in the swing of things now. All right, everybody. We will be over on Jake's channel next week. I don't know who the guest will be, but we'll sort it out between now and then.
Yeah, it's a surprise even to me.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thanks, all.